This week on My Time to Talk.
We do our children injustice when we say that it's not happening, because it is happening. And the first thing that they usually go to is like your colour. If they have an argument with you, it's your colour.
I feel like if you are like either of mixed heritage or you're black and you're not having those and you're living in predominantly white neighbourhoods or areas or whatever, and you're not having those conversations with your children, you're doing them a disservice. And
you lot went home without saying, where's Nolan?
That's what I don't get.
And if Nolan is not in sight, then where is Nolan?
Your friend don't go missing at 3 and you're still partying
at 7.
Do you know what I mean? Like that, to me, that don't make no sense. That means you don't value that friend, or you know what happened to
that friend. So, my time to talk. We're going to be speaking. We wanted to do a bit about the people that's going missing when they've gone out with their friends, supposedly.
Apparent friends, because I don't know what kind of friends, even if they're not involved, I don't know what kind of friends these are, to be honest. But obviously this is the Nolan Wells case that's been
July the 4th.
It's been all over social media. I haven't actually seen it in our news, but it is an American case. So
really,
American is it ever gonna, and black, unless they're American and Trump, then we're not hearing about it.
We're not hearing about nothing. And that is a point, actually, is that why have we got these news stations like BBC and that? They've got their own podcast, which like they seem to be just talking about the real news in their podcast, because like we don't see nothing that's on social media actually on main news. You mean they're reporting Trump like he's still a savior, he's still very great, and he's not. But anyway, this is not the point of this.
So this is Nolan Wells. So he's 18. This was the July the 4th. Him and his apparent friends have gone on a boat trip in, was it Mississippi? The Horn.
Yeah, Mississippi.
I didn't get the bottom there. This was the Horn of Mississippi. On Horn Island, that was it, Horn Island. So he was missing, apparently. He was missing for a couple of days. Apparently, he'd gone on this trip. All of them came back. Nolan didn't come back. Obviously, his father and his mother put out,
his phone came back,
like that. They had his phone, but no sign of Nolan. And then his body was found on the 6th of July. We don't know the cause of death yet. Clearly, there's going to have to be an autopsy and stuff like that. But obviously, there's a cloud of suspicion because there's been
reports about arguments.
About the argument that happened on the beach. We can hear sort of some
monkey
people are saying monkey noises, some people are saying the N-word is being said. You can definitely hear swearing and shouting going on.
This is the main problem with this missing thing is that the island that they were on is flat, completely flat. There's no trees. There's no, like mountainous terrains or something like that. Or is that word terrain?
Terrain.
There's none of that, and it's still like you lot went home without saying where's Nolan.
That's what I don't get.
And if Nolan is not in sight, then where is Nolan? Because he's supposed to have gone missing at 5 o'clock. You all came home at 7. And you never thought to say that, oh, well, we can't see Nolan because he's the only black person here.
They said he was missing at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, but they never went home till 7.
Partying. They said they thought that he got on another boat. But still, like, I know if I've gone out with a group of friends, black, white, Asian, if we've all gone out together, we're all coming
back
together, or you're all making, you know what I mean? You make sure everybody's got in their cab or whatever. I don't know. I have no idea.
Because like that has always been said to us.
Me how much you value your friendship or how much you value your friend. Because I know I've got, you know, I won't name names, but I've got a certain friend that she would get very messy every time we would go out to you know, on our nights out. But we ain't leaving her. Do you know what I mean? Like you just don't like. Doesn't matter how much she's protesting. Oh, I'm staying with this, similar to what we were talking about. I'm staying with this. Oh, I've met this person. I don't give a damn who you've met. We're going home now. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're all leaving now. Do you know what I mean? It could be. I don't know. But I know that worst comes to worst, one of my friends have gone missing. You don't have
I'm not just
going to
take her phone and go home with it.
We're not going carrying on partying. We don't know where our friend is, so that means the day is over, the night is over, whatever the outing is that was planned, it's done until we find our friend. Do you know what I mean? Your friend don't go missing at 3 and you're still partying at 7. Do you know what I mean? Like, that, to me, that don't make no sense. That means you don't value that friend, or you know what happened to that friend. Simple. Do you know what I mean?
Obviously.
Simple as.
But they say that it's just because, like, we've had these incidences before, with the lady that went on a grown up.
Tamla Horsford, I think her name was. She was a 40-year-old woman. Went on some football mum's sleepover.
And never came back.
The rest of the group was white ladies. I think it was 10 of them all together. Just some sleepover at somebody's house, one of the ladies' house. The woman is found battered, neck injuries, torso injuries, head injuries in the backyard. Well, that's what they're saying, is that she fell off the balcony because she was just found in the backyard. So it was ruled as accidental. This was in 2018. Do you know what I mean? Then you had the Shanquilla thingy.
But that's why I was making the point, you know, I mean, that is it just going out with friends that you need to be aware of? Because Shanquilla was a black girl with black friends, and she went to Mexico and ended up unalived. Do you know? So is it just, you know, like the white friends, they're not looking out for you or whatever? I mean, Shanquilla was actually videoed that she was being beaten up by her friends, you know, so-called. You know, one of them even saying, fight back, Shanquilla, fight back. Do you know what I mean? And none of them are in prison. None of them have been made accountable for. So it's a friend thing, you know, like, know who your friends really are. Because like she's saying, you know, I'm not leaving without my friend. That is your friend. That is a person who's your friend. But if that person is never saying something like that, don't worry, if you get drunk or anything like that, we are not leaving without you, is somebody that you don't need to be going, on any boat trip. On a boat trip, and you can't, and you probably can't swim very well, or even if you can, if you have a fight or something, and they reckon that there was a fight.
If people could, like, you know, they're all young men. I don't know how many of them there were.
Three main
there was
ones.
Three in the picture, at least.
Three was his main friends.
In the picture, and I'm sure there was probably other ones.
But the three that they're worried about is the 3 that he went with, because like now they've all lawyered up. They've all stopped all their social media,
deleted,
and
all
that's including
photos
parents,
of the trip,
and family members. We're talking about judges, lawyers, doctors in his family, and it shouldn't make a difference. But let's say that they've got their ducks in a row. Now already they've got their ducks in a row.
And why? That's my point.
Yeah, why?
Like, if my friend has gone missing, You wouldn't have to tell me to go to the police. I'm not getting a lawyer. What am I getting a lawyer for? I'm going to give my account of what happened to my friend.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't need to be lawyering. I wouldn't need, like, I'm going to be on social media because I want to be able to frigging find out what happened to my friend.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying is the difference. Like, it's self-preservation that they're on at the moment. For what reason? Do you know what I mean? And clearly, like, no, they haven't been, like, arrested or charged with anything. But I'm, like, so, what's the word? I'm just like not even expecting charges to be coming because of the caliber of people that they clearly are. From the time you say one of their mums is a judge, then you know that charges is probably not going to be forthcoming. Do you know what I mean? Whether
and
they've
even
done
if they
something
do,
or
it's not going to be. It's not going to be withheld because, like, there's no proof.
They've already
anything.
started to slander him because they're talking about, oh, you know, while he was acting belligerent and he was doing this and it, like, there's already reports of that. But then other people are saying, like, the school's president, J. Stephen Bishop, wrote in a statement, Nolan was an exemplary student, athlete, friend, and teammate. We remember Nolan as a well-respected young man who was very popular among friends, faculty, and staff. We loved Nolan and he would be greatly missed anyways. So that statement from the president of the school is nothing compared to like what the other reports are coming at, and it makes me think who's making these reports that he was being belligerent and stuff. There was the young girl that apparently he'd gone off to meet. She says that
that's his girlfriend.
They went to meet,
apparently.
yeah, and she's been very forthcoming. Do you know what I mean? She has clearly got nothing to hide.
She's
left her statement, but that's what she says. She left him to go back to do whatever he was doing with them, and he was fine when you know what I mean, when they parted
so she
ways.
Says so.
Do you know what I mean? But again, she's come forward, she's given her statement, like she's clearly got nothing to hide. Why aren't the rest of them doing that? That's my question. Do you know what I mean? Like, you really got to know who your children's friends are. Do you know what I mean? And like, you know, not to victim blame or anything like that. But yeah, like, you can't be just going on trips with willy-nilly with, you know what I mean, with here, there, who, you know what I mean? Like, just, yes, there might be your school friends, but how well do you actually know these people? Would their family welcome you into their homes? Like, these were all the questions that you need to ask because, yes, you know, he was of mixed heritage. I think the mom was part Asian and part black. The dad is black. So it makes you feel like, you know, these people, they don't see, you know what I mean, you as a thing. They're just seeing you as a black kid. And does Nolan really see himself as just a black kid? And I know, like, as I said, like, it's not all about race, but I feel like race definitely comes into play, just in the sense of how these, as I said, doctors, lawyers and judges would view Nolan. Do you know what I mean? How his friends would view him. Were they jealous of him? Apparently he was a thingy sports star. Was it that one of them liked his girlfriend and, you know, because she's a white girl, they think that, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of you know, race politics then that happen, especially in the climate of America right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Coming off the back of the 250th anniversary of the colonizers. Do you know what I mean? Like, so you've got all of this kind of thingy. He's clearly standing out in the crowd. They didn't, in that video, I didn't see another black person in the whole of that video.
That's what they said.
Not even just in his friendship group, on the island in general. So there's a lot of questions to be answered.
Of people on YouTube, you know, saying, well, you know, like, why are parents sending out their children with a group of white people and they're only black person after all the things that we've had in the past? But like I says, like with the Shanquella thing, you know, like, her family sent her out with a group of black people and she never came back. So let's stop isolating our children by telling them stuff that could not be true, it might not be true. Do you know what I mean? Like, you might be stopping them from having a very good holiday with a group of white people because, like, they could be unalived by a group of black people. So we don't want to be saying that it's never going to happen, you know, like, oh, darling, are you going out with a group of black people because we don't want you out with a group of white people? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that's it. You
let's
just
not
gotta
put
know
our
your
children
people
in that
general,
sort of scenario, because that is not true. That is not true. Where people are devils, so to speak, is they're going to be that way, whether they're white or black. You know, they're going to be, know your children's friends is probably a better thing to be aware of.
And
Know
friends
what
know
they're
your
like.
children. Like, as I
You
said,
know what I
that's what I'm
mean?
saying. Like, there's certain things, like, you know, I'm hyper vigilant anyway with these kind of things,
I'm a
because
helicopter
I do
granny,
go to
never
the
mind
worst,
mom.
yeah, to the worst case scenario. Like, I want to make sure that, you know, your integrity is the same as your friend's integrity. And I've had these conversations multiple times with different, you know, thingies of my kids at different stages of their lives.
Yeah.
Like, yes, that's fine if you want to, like, you know, play in the playground with them and that type of things. But then when it comes to going to people's houses and, you know, going on holidays and things, like, you've got to know your people have the same kind of mentality and integrity as you, basically. Because, as I said, like, I need to know that what I would do for you as a friend, you would also do for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, you would have my back the same way that I would have yours. So if these kids haven't done anything to Nolan, then at the very least they were shitty friends. Do you know what I mean? Because clearly you did not care about him as a friend, to make sure that he was safe, to make sure that he was okay. How, I don't know any 18-year-old that's going off without their phone anyway. So
That's
to
what
me,
this
that was
is.
a massive red flag.
I mean, you
Was
bring
it so
back
that they could
you bring
wipe
back a phone
certain
to
things
your
on
mom.
his phone? Do you know what I mean? Like, was
To
there
her
certain
mom.
evidence on his phone, like conversations back
Yeah.
and forth, arguments,
And that's
that
why
is
they got
happening,
rid of
and that's
well,
why they've
they
kept his
deleted
phone and
everything and probably
deleted,
gave it
thinking
back.
that they won't be able to retrieve it.
So they give him back to his mom because that's the only thing we've got aboard, you know what I mean, with us.
Yeah.
But there is a lot of, because I can remember as a child, a younger child, that we used to go to people's houses and there they were swearing at their mom and dad and things like, you get us, you fucking
like
bastard, and all that. Like, that would never happen in a black family. I've never seen that happen in a black family.
That's it.
But it's like, you don't take it away and
Don't
bring
come
to
home
your
and bring that to
family.
our house. You get one shot in box in
and
your
you
mouth.
tell your family about it, and then you say, don't go around there again, because they're obviously not respectful to their own family, never mind
It's just a different moral code, isn't it? And that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying all black people thinking, like, we're not a monolith, clearly. But I'm just saying, like, in general, like, culturally, things are very different. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was even having this conversation with one of my other kids the other day. We saw one of her friends just out and about on the street corner, literally on the corner of the street. It was, you know, it's light, but it was still like, what,
By
7:30,
herself?
8:00 with another girl. And like, she's of mixed heritage, but she presents more with her white side. And I'm just like, what is this kid doing? Like, where is her mom? Do you know what I mean? Like, why is she just on street corner vaping? And she is what, 13, 14, and you're on street corner vaping, like, do you know what I mean? And my daughter's like, oh yeah, that's just kind of what she's on now. I'm just like, how does it get to that point? Like, do you know what I mean? Because I just know my daughter could never, like, literally, she could never and be walking into my house thinking that that's okay. There is no way on God's green earth. Do you know what I mean? Like, we'll be in certain situations where she hasn't contacted me when she's supposed to contact me, and you know, literally the whole world is about to come down on her blasted head, because I'm just like, who do you think you are? Like, you are no grown woman. Like, you need to be letting me know where you are at all times. And if you tell me you're somewhere, you better be there. Do you know what I mean? So this is what I'm saying. Like, their mentalities are very different, because she would then be with her white friends and their parents will not see a problem with that. Oh, you know, they're just round the corner on the green. It's like, no, on the corner on no fucking
but that's
green.
how
Do you know what I mean?
that's how it used to present.
Get in your friggin' yard.
When we was younger, because like we would say, well, we've got to get home before our parents actually hit the door or anywhere near the
You
door.
better be stealthy with it if you're going to try with that kind of nonsense. Trust me.
And their parents used to say, come before bedtime type of thing.
When
and
the
it used to be
when the
like,
street light
when the
shuts off.
street lights shuts off, that was true. You think that's a lie? That's the truth. That's what they used to say. But our parents, it used to be, if you're not in that house when we get back,
You get an ass whooping.
there was no
You feel that
babysitting.
Caribbean punishment.
Yeah, it's true though. It's true. Well, we did have homework to do on the blackboard as well, so we have to get that done.
Yeah, I'm sorry, like the mentality.
But there is different cultural things that are going on, and really and truly, each one don't understand that is not the culture of everyone, because like we can say what we like, but you know, like things that black people probably have brought their children up to expect or to do or whatever is not the culture of white people or predominantly white people, or even the area that you're living in. It's not their culture to keep an eye on this and keep an eye on that, or tell their children that. So they don't, because like when you think about it, we probably keep an eye on our children's culture because we know there's so much racism and, you know, differentiation between the two, and we don't know how it is type of thing. Because like I know that my mum was sort of like light, and everybody says white, Jamaican. So, like, she wouldn't experience the same thing as
your dad,
my dad being
as a man
black,
and a black
or
man,
even us as a darker skinned person. But I won't experience the same thing that a darker woman of colour is going to experience. I'm not going to. I might not experience what Obama's wife.
But that's what I'm saying. Like we don't even know like what Nolan's experience was, also because his mum's mixed. He may have also been like raised a little bit differently in that regard. But
we do our children injustice when we say that it's not happening, because it is happening. It is differentiation. There is a colour thing going on, and the first thing that they usually go to is like your colour. If they have an argument with you, it's your colour.
I feel like if you are like either of mixed heritage or you're black and you're not having those and you're living in predominantly white neighborhoods or areas or whatever, and you're not having those conversations with your children, you're doing them a disservice, and you're not doing them any favors as they get older, because we're not all equal, and teaching them that is just nonsense. Do you know what I mean? Like, you will not be treated equally, and you will not be treated the same as your white counterparts. It's just you know, unfortunate, but it's the truth. And the thing here that like, I had to tell my son this. He's 5. Do you know what I mean? Like, and to me, I would be doing him a disservice if I don't tell him that. Do you know what I mean? Like, because his teacher said that he's an alpha, and he was in frigging reception. Do you know what I mean? Well, he is an alpha. If this was a white child, it would be, oh, he has good leadership qualities. Oh, he's a good leader. Oh, you know what I mean? But when it's, because he presents as a black child and he's got braids and do you know what I mean? He's an alpha. Do you know what I mean? I had to tell her quick time, no, he's not an alpha. You can't call a frigging 4-year-old an alpha. Exactly. Like, what the frick is this? Do you know what I mean? Like, we're not in the law of the jungle here. It's fucking school.
You see, but there's little words and innuendos that you can hear, because you know when people say little man, no, my child is not a little man. She or he is a little girl or boy, not a little man. And you only hear that phrase to a black child. You never hardly hear that phrase to a white child. You hear that to a black child. So these are the sort of things that you have to pick up on. I've often says that I had to pick a side You know, like people kept saying, "Oh, well, you're mixed race. You're mixed race." I'm not mixed race. I'm black. Do you know what I mean? I identify as black because I know what it's like to be confused. Do you know what I mean? You have to let your children know that they are not confused. They know you are black. Do you know what I
The
mean?
government is going to see it that
They
way.
are
The world will
not.
see
They
it
not
that
are
way.
not confused. They see you as black, even if you see yourself as white. They see you as black. Do you know what I mean?
And that's
Do
what I'm
not
saying
be
with the Nolan
confused.
thing. That's how I'm wondering, like, whether that
He
was
got
their
confused,
mentality.
yeah.
Is like, oh no,
Oh, I don't
like,
want him
we
mixing
don't
with
see
them black
colour
boys.
because apparently there were black friends as well, and they must have
because
texted
they
him and
says
said,
to
"Oh,
him,
be safe" or something like that.
Don't go
Just be
around with them
careful.
and all that.
Do you know what I mean? So yeah,
that means that they must have saw something
yeah.
in his friends that wasn't too.
Or why weren't they? Yeah, like that.
'cause
There
that's
is
why
a
they
kind
didn't
of
go.
divide. Because why didn't they go along with them? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, a lot of questions, and I definitely will be following up to see what the autopsy says. Apparently, Attorney Ben Crump is on the case, and whenever I hear that, I'm just like, okay, maybe there's a semblance of some justice going to come. But what is going to be justice for the mom and for the dad of Nolan? Do you know what I mean? Like,
terrible.
Whatever they rule
you bring
it
a
as,
child up to 18 years old, and then
like,
they
it's
just
still not
somebody
gonna be.
analyze them. Terrible, absolutely terrible.
Even if it does turn out that it's an accident, as I said,
He's never
there's
coming
still
back.
certain actions that are unforgivable to me for somebody to say that they're your friend. And clearly, this is all speculation. These children haven't been charged with anything yet, but that alone, on just the bare minimum facts, I would not be impressed if that was my children's friends, and I would be looking to be doing some dirty to somebody.
But there's got to be something going on, because, like, at the end of the day, why do you not know where your friend was? Why do you not? Why is your friend come up dead? Do you know what I mean? Like, that doesn't smack of like, oh, friendly behavior. It really doesn't. As I says, it's the same as the Shankrilla one. It's not looking good.
And like, just on that, because I saw something on Instagram. It was only a couple of months back, or probably not even a month, and it was a black boy with a white group of friends, and they were on some kind of like lake area, and they pushed him in, even though the boy said he can't swim, and then they're all there laughing and giggling. Do you know what I mean? Like.
I ain't got the fucking kayak. You gotta learn how to swim. I'm not. Fucking walk. Fair, hold on back. Well, you can swim down, River, you fucking retard. I think I'm staying here. Bro! How am I gonna get you back home? You don't think Mama Marquise is gonna be worried? Yeah, your mom? My mom's name. My dad. Your mom is always worried about you. My dad's in prison. I think that's why. If your dad's in prison, we know. We can tell just by looking at you. Are we getting you this? Bro, just go get a kayak. You have a fucking life jacket on, Marquise. I'll just wait. Bro, you have a life jacket. Bro, I'm black. It doesn't matter. It's not gonna save you. Bro, yes it does. Bro, I'll just find a way. Hey. Yeah, they think I'm about to go jacket, but I can't. Bro, you have a life jacket. I'm gonna die. Standing right Hold on. You have to go. I'm just trying to get over there. We taught him how to swim. Oh, so I can just like hold on to that way. Right here if you want. Yeah, I might drown. You won't drown. You won't drown. You're not gonna drown. I promise you won't drown. There you go. Thank you. What's your name? Huh? Hey. What's your name? Oh, my name is Marquise. But everybody calls me Lamar because I go to like Denellen. Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? Yeah. Okay. I was okay getting over here. And they think I'm about to swim back. I can't even swim. Good job right now. Probably around holding this. And it's my first time here. It's your first time? Well, welcome. Yeah. How'd you get over here? They made me take that way over there, and they had 2 life jackets on. I'm never coming back with y'all. Yo, we told you if you're coming, we had a life jacket. A life jacket. This ain't it for a big kid. This is for a little kid. Oh my god. You're welcome.
So it's, there's definitely, I can understand the people that are online saying, just watch you know what I mean, don't let your kids go off with this thing. But again, I would say it's not just a colour thing, it's knowing your children's friends in general and your friends, and teaching your children to know their friends, because you're not there all the time, and they do go off and do like their own little missions and manoeuvres, especially when they get into the teenage years. It's making them see the warning signs, making them see those little microaggressions that you may not pick up on, in them age groups, because you are still young and you are learning.
But you want friends,
and you want to be accepted, and you
remember,
want to be part of your social group.
A time when you was in secondary school, and you came back and was saying, "Well, none of them's talking to me, Mum," and I said, "Just look for new ones then." And as soon as you started to look for new friends, they all came back. Like, why are you talking to us? You know what I mean? Like, don't you remember it? You know what I mean? And you came home, you was despondent because, like, they were your best friends and they weren't talking to you for some reason. And it was just like, go and find new friends because obviously they're not your friend. And sooner or later, they came back as friends. Better friends, because they can see that you're not desperate.
You teach them how to treat you.
Exactly. Thank you. That's the way it should go.
Definitely.
Teach people how to treat you. And if they don't treat you the way you want to,
then they're not your friends.
Leave them alone. When people show you what they like, believe them.
Yeah, don't be begging it off nobody, man. There's so many people out there in the world. Like, don't be begging it off nobody, seriously. But yeah, thinking of the family, terrible
Condolences.
Yeah. And yeah, we'll keep you posted how that goes as well. But for now,
it's my time to talk. Sing it.